Welcome to your bi-weekly energy reading. So we're going to pull on some general messages to see what Spirit wants you to know. This is timeless, so whenever you click on this video, that's when the messages can resonate the most. Um, I want to do a past, present, future reading. So let's tap in. Thank you so much for the support. Spirit, give me a message for the past, for the divine feminine. What is the energy? Give me a message for the past. Okay. Educate and injury. Okay. Give me a message for the present. Current energy, bad news. And then we have visitors. Okay. And then give me an energy for the future. What is the message? Dentist and reconciliation. Reconcile. Bottom of the deck. Celebration. Okay. So for the past, we have educate. Education. Going back to school opens doors to opportunities leading to increased wealth and prosperity. Injury. Warning. In the future, injuries like fractures, lacerations, and bruises may occur. So let's go ahead and tap in to see what Spirit wants you to know. Spirit, give me some energy for the past. Why is educate and injury here? For some of you, I definitely felt you learned about something, found out some information that put you in this injury energy. 3 of Swords, 10 of Swords energy. Spirit, give me some messages for educate and injury. Yep, the Queen of Swords. I feel like you cut someone off because of the hurt, the betrayal that happened. Whatever you learned about, whatever this information is, it put you in this Queen of Swords energy to where you were very determined, moving very logically, standing on business, saying what you mean what you say, just operating out of wisdom, good judgment. Give me an energy for educate and injury. I have the World, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius energy. I feel like for some of you, you closed out a lot of cycles. You did. Like in the past, you closed out a lot of cycles. You walked away from a lot of people, a lot of different situations. You know, not just romantic, but family, friends. For some of you, I'm even hearing work, job, or jobs, plural. Give me an energy for the Queen of Swords. I feel like you made a decision that was best for you. Why is the Queen of Swords here for the Divine Feminine? Justice, and this brought you in some very good karma. I feel like you also learned a lot of karmic lessons. You know, you went through a lot of karmic cycles, and that's how you was able to tap into this Queen of Swords energy. For some of you, you could be a Libra. Give me another energy for the Queen of Swords. Why is the Queen of Swords here for the Divine Feminine? What is the energy? The Devil, Capricorn energy. Yeah, you completed a lot of karmic cycles. You learned a lot of lessons, and that led to your elevation. That led to your wisdom, making better choices. Tell me more about the Devil. Why is this here? Capricorn energy. Why is this here? 7 of Pentacles. You know what? Something has to do with your discipline, your control, your self-control. And I'm hearing like what you chose to fight for, what you chose to invest in. Also, something has to do with like belief. Something got to do with your belief system, but it's like what you chose to believe in. I feel like you never counted yourself out here, and you continue to pour into the things that really mattered. Give me an energy for the World, past energy. Why is this here? Page of Pentacles. Yeah, you chose to start over. There's a new beginning here that took place for you, Divine Feminine, 7 of Swords. And it came after a major realization. It came after the truth. Give me an energy for the Page of Pentacles. Why is the Page of Pentacles here for the Divine Feminine? I have the 2 of Pentacles, and you never gave up. You didn't. And even looking at her face, even when times got hard, like you still kept on persevering. Tell me more about the 7 of Swords in the reverse. What is the energy? Six of Swords. I'm telling you, something had to do with you being divinely guided, divinely led. Um, you trusted yourself. Two of Pentacles. Again, I'm looking at her face. Like, even when you question, even when you were in doubt, you still continue to push forward because you knew the truth. You realized, you accepted people, you accepted certain situations for what it was. And you had no other choice. I'm hearing pack your bags. You had no other choice but to pack your bags and move on. You had no other choice but to move forward, get in this boat. Even though it may have been hard for you to close out certain chapters in your life, you still did it. Because when you know better, you do better. And I feel like with this injury, Spirit allowed these situations to cause this injury to hurt you so that you could release, so that you can finally surrender it and move on. Because by holding on to these connections, it just stagnated you and it didn't leave any room for growth. Give me an energy for educate. Why is educate here for the divine feminine? What is the energy? Why is educate here for the divine feminine? What is the message? I have death and rebirth. I'm telling you, like, something has to do with your transformation. You transformed, you grew. Spirit is saying you grew up. Like, nobody puts baby in the corner. You're standing on center stage. Give me an energy for injury. You could have Scorpio highly aspected. Why is injury here? For the divine feminine, what is the message? Why is injury here for the divine feminine? Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, for some of you, you were hurt by a collective of people. This could be family members for some of you. Again, something can have to do with work, friends. You were hurt by a collective of people, but this hurt helped lead you to this transformative period. God allowed it so that you could change. God allowed the disappointment. So for your present energy, we have bad news. Negative spreads, negative news spreads fast. Anticipate receiving unfavorable updates within the next 14 to 21 days. Visitors, knock knock. Unexpected visitors show up knocking on the door and catching us by surprise. Listen, for your present energy, current energy, do not allow the past to come back and suck you back into that cycle. Don't allow people to come back around and bring you their problems, their issues. I feel like for some of you, that's what someone or people are getting ready to do. Or I feel like for someone, they've already started doing this, or at least attempting to. Why is bad news here? Because you've done so much work. Tell me more about bad news. Why is bad news here for the divine feminine? What is the energy? I have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah. I feel like somebody's going to be going through a very hard time, but Spirit is saying no fault but their own. This person caused this tower, and that's why they're going through it. But somebody wants you to save the day. Why is bad news and visitors here for the divine feminine? What is the energy? Why is this here? King of Wands. Yeah, somebody's coming in here. For some of you with their bags, luggage packed. Give me an energy for the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. What is the energy? Present energy, King of Pentacles. Somebody's coming in wanting you to accept an offer. Somebody wants a commitment. For some of you, somebody wants to reconcile. Either way, for some of you too, something could actually have to do with your very own father. A father figure in your life. But this person is going through a hard time though. Bad news. Somebody's going through some karma here. They're learning some lessons. They're going through some towers. And they want you to help them overcome these changes. But like I said, it's karma. It's a lesson for this person. So it's like if you intervene, like you're going to reap whatever this person is reaping. And maybe not to the extent, but you're still going to get some of it. So be mindful. Give me an energy for the Four of Pentacles. Why is the Four of Pentacles here for the Divine Feminine? What is the message? I have the King of Cups. Okay. Tell me more about the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords. Somebody is coming in. They're coming in very quickly. But I feel like they feel like life is done. Life is over. Like they are going through a very hard cycle, a very hard season. They're coming back with some baggage. Give me some energy for the King of Cups. Why is the King of Cups here? I have the Five of Cups and regret. Somebody could be like emotionally distraught. Like I said, somebody has a lot going on. A lot of weight on their shoulders. Why is the King of Wands here for the Divine Feminine? This person is not coming back and bringing peace with them. They're bringing chaos. They're bringing confusion. They're bringing tower moments with them. Ace of Wands. Tell me more. Why is the King of Wands here? The Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah. So this person just wants you to help them, wants you to assist them, wants you to help them get out of this bad news energy, but they're not offering you anything. They're not looking for a commitment. So I feel like somebody just wants to use you for your good energy because, like I said, you have done the work. You have elevated. This person sees the change. And they want to be a part of that, but only because of what they are dealing with. So be mindful of who you open your home to, your door to, your life to. Give me an energy for the Ace of Wands. Why is the Ace of Wands here for the Divine Feminine? What is the energy? Why is the Ace of Wands here for the Divine Feminine? What is the energy, Spirit? The High Priestess, trust your intuition. It's going to be on fire too. I'm telling you, for some of you, you are getting so many downloads. Give me an energy for the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Why is the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse here for the Divine Feminine? What is the energy? It's not going to go anywhere. I'm hearing lesson. So for some of you, this person is coming back around to test you. Something is a test to see if you have learned the lesson. This is not somebody who you're meant to commit to. They show up good. I mean, we have the King of Pentacles, King of Cups, and King of Wands all in the upright. They show up really good. But I feel like they're able to manipulate certain aspects of themselves to appear to be something they're not. Somebody does like to hide things. This is someone that does not reveal all. They keep secrets. And like I said, I feel like Spirit God is supporting you. You have a lot of divine energy around you. Things are looking up for you, Divine Feminine, in this present moment. You are glowing. I'm hearing showstopper. And I feel like somebody is just a test to come back and see if you're going to take the bait and allow this person to knock you off course. Allow this person to take you back where you used to be and having to start back over again. Give me an energy for bad news. Why is bad news here for the Divine Feminine? What is the energy? Why is bad news here? Two of Wands. It will be a bad choice. Yeah. And for some of you, this could be somebody that simply just wants to visit you. But it's like you don't need to open your home to this person. You don't need to open your life to this person. Why is visitors here for the Divine Feminine? What is the message? Why is visitors here for the Divine Feminine? What is the energy? Three of Cups. Somebody has a third party. Something could also have to do with a third party, like knocking on your door for someone to give you information, news. I'm hearing something about discount and discount auto. That could be where somebody works. Somebody lives. Somebody could live next to a discount auto shop, store. Something about discount auto is very significant. Give me one more for the Three of Cups. Why is the Three of Cups here? For the Divine Feminine. What is the energy? Why is the Three of Cups here? For the Divine Feminine. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody's been dealing with a third party for a long time. So that's why this person can't give you a commitment. Somebody's coming back with the same thing, the same game, the same energy. But they're going to show up good. And you may fall for it. You may believe this person because of how they're telling you, like, hey, something's off. Don't trust this person. And it could be a small little inkling, a small nudge, but go with it. You will not be disappointed if you do. Now, for the future, we have dentist, oral health. It's time for a trip to the dentist. For your oral health will require some attention soon. Reconcile, apology, reunions, forgiveness, and apologies. Are you willing to consider embracing forgiveness? So, Spirit, tell me, why is dentist and reconcile here for the future, for the Divine Feminine? Why is dentist and reconcile here for the future? What is the message for the Divine Feminine? What is the energy? I have strength in the reverse. Again, I just feel like somebody's going to try to deter you. Somebody could even try to deter you from following your dreams, your goals, going to school. Give me another message. Somebody's trying to take you back to where you used to be. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody wants to slow you down, stagnate you altogether. Why is strength here? Nine of Swords and the Magician in the reverse. Okay. So what I'm getting is, for some of you, you may actually end up taking this person back. And you're going to end up in this Nine of Swords, Magician in the reverse. It's like losing power over your life. Allowing this person to come back and manipulate you. Take you right back to where you started from. Give me an energy for the Nine of Swords. Why is the Nine of Swords here? For the Divine Feminine, what is the energy? Why is the Nine of Swords here? I have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you're going to lose a lot. Like, lose everything. And I'm even hearing, like, an apartment. I feel like for some of you, when I say you built your life up, I'm talking about you built your life up. You can have a good job, or be going to school, having a nice apartment, nice residence, you know, car. And it's like losing it all. Because, like I say, this is a test and you failed the test. Somebody's going to fail the test if you don't take heed. That's why this High Priestess is falling on this Ace of Wands. Heavy intuition. Give me an energy for the Magician in the reverse. Why is the Magician in the reverse here? Title card. And I told you so. For some of you, you're going to have multiple people saying, I told you so. For some of you, somebody could be saying, I told you so about multiple people. For some of you, this could be different energies in your life trying to come back around. And because of the history or how much you care for the person, you're going to fall right back into that trap. This could be a family member. This could be your favorite cousin. This could be your sister, little sis, I'm hearing. But you've already seen their true colors. This could be a friend from back in the day. You already seen their true colors. This could be your ex. You already seen their true colors. I told you so type of energy. That's what I'm getting. Give me an energy for the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, the Chariot in the reverse. You're going to stop moving forward. You're going to stop making progress. Somebody going to take you right back to who you used to be. Something is going to take you right back to that place. Why is the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse here? The Emperor, Aries energy. Tell me more about the Chariot in the reverse. The Nine of Wands. I feel like somebody's very hateful. For some of you, this third party gonna still be there. This is third party's energy. Somebody gonna linger. Something could also have to do with somebody you have a child or children with. For some of you, if you don't have a child or children with this person, that's what's going to happen. You're going to end up being the mother of somebody's child or father. This could be a feminine operating in her masculinity. Clarifying the Emperor, the Five of Swords in the reverse. Tell me more. The High Priestess in the reverse. Yeah. Something again has to do with your intuition. You have to trust it and don't go back. Eight of Cups. You have to resist. Five of Swords is in the reverse. Not resisting is what will get you in this energy. Tell me more about the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Why is this here? So I feel like this is a warning. This is a warning for someone. Temperance. Something has to do with you letting go. You have to let go. I feel like for some of you, you're still keeping a little hope left. Keeping a little hope alive. But you have to surrender it all. Don't hold on to any hope when it comes to this situation. Eight of Swords. And the Hierophant. Taurus energy. Tell me more about the Eight of Swords. The Queen of Cups in the reverse. Somebody's going to be stuck with a toxic feminine energy. This person is stuck with whoever this Queen of Cups energy is. She's not going anywhere. Somebody needs to know that. And for some of you, it's just because of the fact that they do have a child together. But this Queen of Cups in the reverse isn't going anywhere. So if you think, you know, this person coming back and they're not dealing with this energy, no, you're sadly mistaken. They're still dealing with each other. Like, she's not going anywhere. Somebody needs to know that. Why is the Hierophant in the reverse here? I mean, in the upright. For some of you, since I said that, this could be a situation where this person is saying, oh, they're no longer in a commitment. They're no longer in a relationship, but they are. They're dealing with each other, you know, to some degree. The Moon. For some of you, something could actually have to do with a marriage, being married to each other, but this person is has secrets. A lot of secrets. And I feel like even with dentists, like something's going to be painful. You trying to fix something, it's going to end up hurting you the most. In the end, when everything comes out, when everything is revealed. So be mindful of trusting this person. Again, use your intuition. Why is dentist here? For the Divine Feminine, what is the energy? Why is dentist here for the Divine Feminine? What is the energy? The Hermit in the reverse. Yeah. You're going to learn the truth. And like I said, it is going to be painful. Somebody's going to speak the truth. But it's just going to confirm what you already knew. Because I'm telling you, your intuition is going to be telling you that something is off. So don't go backwards. Continue moving forwards. Why is reconcile here for the Divine Feminine? What is the energy? Why is reconcile here for the Divine Feminine? The Eight of Wands. Be mindful of somebody telling you to like reconcile or get back with this person. Be mindful of the advice you take. Because at the end of the day, they're not going to be the one that have to go through this. They're not going to have to carry the emotions that is going to be tied to this. You are. Yeah, they may listen to you and try to console you, but you have to actually live it. That's the difference. I feel like your justice is your success. And I have the Five of Cups. It's almost like you not being able to enjoy your success, to enjoy the things that are going right in your life because you're going to be focused on this situation. And that's what Spirit does not want for you. God does not want that. God wants you to focus on the things that are going right because you are going to be winning. You are going to be prospering. Like justice is on your side. But for some of you, you may feel like you don't have everything you want. Yeah, career may be looking good, but the love department is the issue. But Spirit is saying heal, needing to heal. Um, Something also has to do with someone walking away from a commitment. For some of you, you could still be thinking about something that happened a while ago, a long time ago. You feel like there was someone that you could have, been in a partnership with. You could have had a stable life with, but you could have walked away from this person. You could have thought the grass was greener, or like I said, you were a different person at the time. So you really did not see the benefits of being in this connection. I feel like somebody is thinking about the past and thinking about what they walked away from and the woulda, coulda, shoulda, divine feminine. This is someone's energy. But again, you're not focusing on what's going right. You're looking at the glass as being half empty instead of half full. And Spirit doesn't want you to do that. God doesn't want you to do that. Because you're still going to have a lot to be thankful for. You still have a great amount to be thankful for right now in this present energy. Give me a message for celebration. Why is celebration here for the divine feminine? What is the energy? Why is celebration here for the divine feminine? What is the message, Spirit? Why is celebration here? Four of Cups and the King of Swords. So somebody's not going to be happy. For some of you, this is somebody that's not happy for you. Be mindful of the company you keep. Something could have to do with a friend or a sibling. Somebody doesn't like that something is going in your favor. Again, like your life is changing. It is. And somebody does not like these changes. Somebody's not going to be happy for you. Even if they show up to the party, even if they clap for you, everybody's not going to be happy for you. And, it'll be that same person or those same people that'll help you sabotage your blessings. So again, be mindful. Let's pull one more final energy. Spirit, give me one more message for the divine feminine. What is the energy? Give me one more message for the divine feminine. What is the energy, Spirit? One more message. Okay. Doubt. Offering all to the divine doesn't mean negativity never arises. But you can say, free me from this prison of doubt. I cast this burden to you. Show me your will and restore me to faith and confidence. Don't doubt, just trust. Operate by faith. Again, intuition. Trust your intuition. Trust what God is trying to show you. Pay attention to the signs. I cast this burden to you. Show me your will and restore me to faith. Something is going to be a test of faith here, divine feminine. Something is going to be a test of your faith. And whether or not do you believe, what's going on around you is for your highest good? Do you believe that, God has something better for you? Or are you going to fall back into that same cycle, that same trap? Do you believe that there's more? So this is your reading. Definitely take what resonates. If anything, apply, like the video, share if you feel led to do so. Hello, Ladybug13. How are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. Armin, thank you so much. Susana, if I'm saying that correctly. If not, I apologize. Hi, how are you? Lady Divine, hi, how are you? I don't do live questions. I will be putting the information in the description box pertaining to the readings that I do offer. Nobody, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. Coop Divine 389, thank you so much. Grand evening to you as well. Lady Divine, I appreciate each and every one of you. I am coming back tomorrow. I'm going to do the bonus readings for the top 2 signs that got the most views. So definitely stay tuned for that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your energy, for your support. I appreciate it. So if that is all, stay true to thyself and real with thyself. Grow with me as I grow with you. Everyone, stay blessed.